At the end of every evening, I get into my Maximus PJs. I have my milk and cookies and walk my goldfish. I take my vitamins. Then I say a little prayer. Please, aviation gods, let there be some good Boeing news tomorrow, so those commenters on my channel, and you know who you are, would stop calling me a Boeing hater. But so far, my prayers have gone unanswered. But hey, at least I'm trying. Oh well, let's talk about Boeing. Next, on Maximus. Greetings everybody, Maximus here. I hope you're all doing well, wherever you may be, all around this great big world of ours. Well, the Star online newspaper in Kenya is reporting that Chicago-based American attorney Manuel von Ribbeck has filed a new lawsuit against some current and former Boeing executives and employees on behalf of the MAX victims' families that refused to sign Boeing's $500 million MAX disaster settlement. If successful, Ribbeck hopes to collect $6 billion in compensation for victims of the two MAX crashes in Indonesia and Ethiopia. The new lawsuit was filed by von Ribbeck on behalf of Lou Chandra, a businessman who was a passenger on board the Lion Air Boeing 737 MAX 8 that crashed in Indonesia. And this lawsuit is specifically accusing the Boeing Corporation of willful negligence in that crash. According to Ribbeck Law's website, Manuel von Ribbeck has either won or settled over 45 lawsuits involving major airline crashes all over the world. His website says that his legal strategies have earned record-breaking settlements as well as successful trial outcomes, typically litigated against savvy corporate defendants. The plaintiffs in this case on behalf of passenger Lou Chandra are specifically accusing Boeing's former CEO Dennis Muilenburg as well as the current CEO Dave Calhoun and that Jedi mind tricker himself, Mark Forkner, the company's former chief technical pilot. In his court filing, Ribbeck states that prior to the crashes, in company emails and text messages, Mark Forkner called Indonesian pilots idiots for wanting additional simulator training. The suit states that this is an act of negligence, and that the extra training of these pilots could have averted the tragedy. Also attached Boeing internal documents in the filing revealed employees discussing the request for more training on the Boeing MAX, which was ridiculed by then Boeing technical pilot Mark Forkner. The attached court documents refer to a Forkner email where he said that Lion Air might need a sim to fly the MAX, and that request was due to their own stupidity. In another document, Forkner says, "I'm scrambling, trying to figure out how to unscrew this now. Idiots." The complaint also alleges that Dennis Muilenburg, Boeing's former CEO, concealed the Boeing MAX problems and instead blamed the airline's pilots and maintenance practices. In addition, Ribbeck Law's complaint blames Dave Calhoun, Boeing's new CEO, for failing to prioritize safety issues even after the crash in Indonesia while serving as the leader of Boeing's board of directors. The suit also claims that Calhoun knew immediately after the first MAX crash in Indonesia that there was a mechanical problem with the entire fleet of planes. It states that Calhoun and the board of directors under his leadership knew that the planes had to be grounded, and they chose instead to keep them flying. In a statement, lawyer von Ribbeck said, "Our clients deserve their day in court. At their request, we have sued the individuals in charge of making Boeing's decisions, those who chose to and sacrificed 346 lives to make Boeing more profitable." Last year, families of victims of the two 737 MAX accidents received payments from the $500 million settlement agreement. This was after the final report on the Boeing 737 MAX released in September of 2020 by the U.S. Congress that found repeated and serious failures by Boeing and identified the key factors that contributed to the crashes. They included design flaws and profit and production priorities at the expense of safety. The report detailed how Boeing was under pressure to compete with Airbus's new Neo and also to deliver profits to Boeing shareholders. Well, the first thing in that article that jumped out to me was that if you saw the video I did last month about Southwest Airlines' involvement in the MAX crashes, you will see that the lawsuit mentions many of the same emails and text messages I included in that video. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll post a link in the description. But what isn't exactly clear in this latest lawsuit is if it's just the family of the one plaintiff or are there more. There was a handful of families that refused to accept Boeing's $1.45 million each settlement, so I'm sure there will still be at least a few more lawsuits against Boeing in the future. Well, that's going to wrap it up for now. But we can keep the discussion going, as always, down in the comments section. So let me know down below. And before you go, I hope you would consider subscribing. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and ring the bell. And remember, leave the rubber on the runway and your troubles on the ground. And I will see you next time in the air. Yeah, this is Maximus.